Welcome back to another Crime Chronicle. This is stories from mine and Andy's long police career, I guess you'd say. Some are funny, some are not. Some have a lesson, some don't. Some are just really good stories. So this one's, I don't necessarily think that this one would be anything funny. This was really more satisfying for me because the outcome of this one, it really brought justice to the criminal. And it had to do with a 14-year-old girl and a 31 years old. Now, I'm not going to give any names on this because, this one, I'm just not. But I was over here in Henry County, and I was a sergeant over the task force investigations unit. And this mother comes, we worked different cases. We worked everything from narcotics to thefts to all the violent crimes and larger major crimes.
Right.
So this lady comes to the Headland Police Department, actually, and spoke with investigator Mike Neiswanger at the time and brought a phone to him. She said, I want you to look through this phone. And it was her daughter's phone. Her daughter's 14 years old, and this is back when the old flip phones were.
Right.
So he's going through them, and he sees all these different pictures, and this girl's 14, right?
I'm assuming these are explicit photos.
These are very explicit photos of male genitalia and whatnot, and then they start going through the text messages, and all this was, allowed by the mother. She actually owned the phone,
right?
All legitimate and legal. And he sees all these text messages of an explicit nature where, this guy's, it's obvious that
describing sexual activity.
Yeah, exactly. This 31-something-year-old man is having, sexual relations with this 14-year-old girl, right? And what made it even worse was he's a good friend of the family. Mm. So you can imagine how the dad felt. So we automatically go into this, all right, we're going to go into this investigative side. She said, you guys do whatever you want to with the phone. We've already sat down and talked to the 14-year-old, and it's bad. Mm-hmm. This has been happening over a year's long time. And she's been, engaging in it as well. And so there's been this affair going on, if you would, for a long, long time. So we said, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to lure this guy to the house. Mm-hmm. All right, so one of my guys starts.
I think if I would have been her daddy, I would have probably just lured him to the house.
There's a lot of people that feel that way, and
not involved. I
cannot blame anybody for feeling that way because I'd have felt the same way. So we started texting him, posing as her, and hey, parents are going to be gone, blah blah blah. Come to the house. He's obviously he's right there with her. So what he would do he would travel from his house, which wasn't very far,
right,
via the back way through the woods, and make his way into the house. She said, all right, hey, she didn't say it, we did. Say, when you get here, I'll be in the shower, yada, yada, yada. And this guy's, he's ready to go,
he's
right?
Excited, I'm sure.
All right, so
Freak.
This is one of those times we had just gotten some of at the time, the taser rounds for the 12 gauge, mm-hmm. Where when you hit them, I think it ran for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Look, folks, if you've ever seen anybody tased, it's effective. I was wanting to see the effectiveness of this 12 gauge taser round, right? So I set myself up. I was on the takedown team for the outside. What we were going to do is we're going to try to let him get inside, make our takedown at that point. If he ran, well, I was going to be the guy that, did what I needed to do. Hit him with a taser. So I'm sitting there waiting. I'm waiting. I got my partner with me. We're in the bush. We're waiting. And we hear the four-wheeler come. Here it comes. You can hear it. It's like, all right, here we go. I fully expected him to kind of get hinked up when he got there and take off on that four-wheeler. Really did. Unfortunately, he did not. He gets off the four-wheeler. We're on the radio telling the guys inside, he's coming in, he's coming in. He comes in, and this is where the satisfying part of it is. Literally, when he gets inside, he's going in, he's expecting to go into the shower and see her, and the two takedown guys on the inside stepped behind him and said, hey, put your hands up. He went from super excited to being the 5-year-old little one.
Screaming and hollering.
Y'all don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me. And the only thing that I could think was, what do you mean don't do this to you?
Yeah.
You are coming over here. Let's call it what is victimizing a 14-year-old little girl.
And had been probably before she was 14.
Yep. Well, yeah, because it had been going on for over a year. That whole case, we took him into custody. made the charges there for that. And there were multiple charges on that of, sex with a minor and all that. Excuse me. But that led us to his house where we got, I couldn't tell you how much stolen property. I mean, the whole thing was just such a satisfying case in the end. He got quite a few years in prison, may still be in prison as far as I know. Don't want to give any names out there, but that was one of the more satisfying things that we had done working that kind of case. I'm a big supporter in stiff penalties for child sex predators.
Oh yeah.
And that right there was one of those that I think that they
life without.
I agree.
At least
life without.
Yep.